All right, good morning. I've just come from the Laurel County and London Emergency Operations Centers, and what we see is what we always see after these terrible events. We see people rallying around each other. We see people giving the shirts off their backs, though we do not need any more used clothes. We see people turning out and making sure that they are there for their fellow human being. Both of these sites are amazing. Yesterday, in what was a completely empty building, it is now humming with life with all types of help and donations for people that need it. At the other one out here at the airport, the ability to drive through and get the supplies you need very quickly to get to your home or the place that you're staying. On Saturday, I was here with local officials to get a firsthand look at the community here at the airport and at the Sunshine subdivision. Let me just say that this tornado event is devastating. There's no other way to describe the destruction and the death that it brought to this community. But just a couple days later, you do see the best of life, the best of humanity, not just here in Kentucky where so many people have come in, but to every partner from around the world that is here helping our people. Thank you. Thank you for coming to Kentucky. On Sunday, we got the tough news that deaths from this storm had risen to 19 with the addition of a woman from Russell County. That's where we still are today. Thankfully, have not lost anyone additional, at least through the process that goes through the Department of Public Health. So please join Brittany and me in praying for each and every one of those families. Some good news on those that are in the hospital. We now have 8 people still at UK. That's down from 10. 2 are still in critical condition. That's down from originally 10. 2 are in serious, and 4 are in good condition. So thank you to all of our healthcare professionals that are helping to heal those that were harmed and rushed to their hospitals. A lot of Kentuckians are hurting right now. Whether you are in the path of these tornadoes or you're watching what has happened to your fellow Kentuckian, there's going to be a lot of need. From paying for funerals to helping rebuild, every dollar donated to the Team Kentucky Storm Relief Fund goes directly to survivors, and I know there are a lot of other great funds that are represented here today too. So I'm back today to give an update on where we stand on the storm response. And let me say, things are moving as fast, if not faster here in the response than I have seen in any of the 14 weather-related disasters since I've become governor. First, I can report that just this morning, we have submitted the application to the federal government for individual and public assistance. This is one of the fastest applications we have ever been able to submit, and we want to thank Kentucky Emergency Operations Center. We want to thank all of our local partners for helping us to get the initial investigation and data collection done as quickly as possible. In this initial application, we've asked for 8 counties to receive individual assistance and 25 counties to receive public assistance. Now, with every one of these applications, we always add counties later. This is the initial set of counties that we had the most information on, that we believe we can get to a yes as quickly as possible. The 8 counties that we've requested individual assistance include Caldwell, Christian, Laurel, Pulaski, Russell, Todd, Trigg, and Union counties. The public assistance counties that we have requested include Butler, Caldwell, Casey, Clinton, Estill, Jackson, Knox, Lee, Leslie, Logan, LaRue, Lyon, McCreary, Rockcastle, Trigg, Wayne, Whitley, Warren, Christian, Clay, Laurel, Pulaski, Russell, Todd, and Union. And again, to clarify, we will have the opportunity to add additional counties as we have done in the other 2 natural disasters that we've received FEMA aid for this year alone. Second, we're hard at work securing not just more emergency housing options, because I'm going to talk about severe weather that's coming this way, but also already hard at work on the intermediate housing options. So the emergency housing options, we've got two major shelters right now. The first is at 203 South Broad Street in London. That's the Laurel County Sheriff's Office. They're going to open tonight for anybody who needs to come for the severe weather. I know there's a second location that will be open at West London Baptist Church at 360 Parker Road in London. These are really important for when we start talking about weather in a minute. Our intermediate program is our travel trailer program. You may have seen these after the 2021 tornadoes, the 2022 floods, and we are already well on our way moving that program as fast as we've ever seen. We have an agreement with Louisiana for 90 trailers that are going to be headed this way, and we're purchasing more. We're going to have an initial start of 100 travel trailers. Thankfully, Levi Jackson Park here locally has the best infrastructure for these trailers that we have seen in a natural disaster area, and so we're going to be able to hook these up faster and get people in them quicker than any of the disasters in the past. With this disaster, we currently have 20 people in congregate shelters, 16 in Airbnbs. Thank you to Airbnb that has donated some room nights for this natural disaster like the last, and we have 65 individuals in hotels. Combined with these three natural disasters, just in the first part of this year, we have a total of 903 people in our overall sheltering program. From this event, Kentucky State Parks is sheltering 12 people at Cumberland Falls, occupying 4 rooms. We're grateful for them. This travel trailer program is important because we know that while we are just days after the trauma, that there's going to be a long rebuilding process, and we want to make sure that people aren't worried about just where they're staying tonight, but that they don't have to worry about where they'll stay next month and the months to come. We'll have that program set up on how to apply. Those that are already in our congregate sheltering program will be able to apply, and we'll be reaching out to them. Next piece, debris removal. You can hear it outside. Both the county and the city have worked really hard, especially around this airport to start, and we are working on finalizing contractual details, working with our local partners to really get it moving in earnest. It is going to be a significant debris removal program. It's going to be in the tens of millions of dollars if it doesn't end up reaching $100 million. So that's a brief update on all those things that are working right now. The most important thing for people to know today across Kentucky, but especially here, is we have another round of severe weather that is going to hit Kentucky beginning at about 2 p.m. in the west and be in Kentucky until 11 p.m. or midnight. It's expected to be here today in London and in Somerset, really between 8 and 10 p.m. is when we expect it to be its worst. We expect thunderstorms to start here shortly. We might even see some lightning, but that storm that is coming in tonight is incredibly dangerous. It's about the same type of forecast that led to what we saw happen here Saturday night, Sunday morning, but in the very least, we are going to see 60-mile-per-hour winds right around where we are right now. When you think about the debris that's out there, it creates a very dangerous set of conditions where we have projectiles that could cause anyone and everyone harm, whether their home is still standing or not. We also have structures that may not be able to stand up to that extra wind. So with that, the mayor, the judge, the sheriff, the police chief, and I all consulted, and we agree that conditions are so bad, we're working on an evacuation plan for these 2 hard-hit neighborhoods, an evacuation that begins at 6 p.m., which is when we'll need everybody out of those neighborhoods, and hopefully will end by 11 p.m. when they can get back in the neighborhoods, though the judge and the mayor, the chief and the sheriff may need to extend it depending on the weather. It is simply unsafe to be around that much debris with this level of wind. There's also a dangerous risk for hail, and there is another risk for tornadoes. The tornado risk is the biggest in the West, but that was the case when we got hit here. So we need everybody to be weather aware. We need everybody to have a place to go tonight, preferably that has a basement. We need everybody to make their plan right now. Hopefully we can get you back where you are if it's unsafe before you go to bed tonight, but we do not want to lose one more person to the weather coming. I know to those that have already been traumatized, it seems unfair. How could you get hit by an EF3 or maybe an EF4 tornado and then 2 days later get hit by what could be the same? We don't get to be tired. We've got to be strong. And so if you know folks that are struggling, please put your arms around them. Please invite them into your home. Please get them to the shelters. I know the mayor and the judge are going to talk about some other plans to transport people. We just need everybody to be safe tonight. We also have a little bit of good news for here, but a little concerning news for Central Kentucky. And that's that the Central Kentucky NOAA weather radios are in an upgrade right now and aren't going to work. So if you're in Central Kentucky, if you're in Louisville, Lexington, and the surrounding area, you need another way to get your alerts. Thankfully, I learned this morning that weather radios should work here in London, but what I would ask everybody is, we got hit when we were asleep last time. Let's make sure we see this entire storm through and that we know everybody is safe tonight before we go to bed. Please have your phones charged, and please have a plan to get to a shelter if need be. Kentucky emergency management teams are also still on the ground. They're continuing to survey and document damage. The documentation is how we improve and amend our application and make sure our people get all the help they can. For survivors, while it is still nice enough outside to be outside, and before it gets dangerous, document everything you can. Take as many pictures as you can. Go ahead and file your insurance claim, because if and when we get FEMA assistance, they're going to ask that you go through that insurance process first. I would suggest you go ahead and do that. Keep the receipts for cleaning equipment that you've purchased. And the more information you have, the easier the FEMA process will be. I'd even say if you could see the serial number on some of your appliances that have been destroyed, make sure you get it. The more detail you have, the better that process will go. Like I said, we've had more than our fair share of natural disasters. It feels tough for our state to be facing this level of hurt again, but our job is to show each other love, to show up for members of this community just as strong as we've shown up for every other community, not to allow ourselves to be tired knowing that any family hurt in this natural disaster deserve every bit of effort we've provided to any other family impacted by a natural disaster. A huge thank you goes out to our first responders. That's emergency management on the state and the local level, the Kentucky National Guard, state police, our local city police, and our county sheriff and sheriff's deputies, Fish and Wildlife. I want to thank the Kentucky coroners that are out there. We had to bring in extra help for this one. We had to bring in trucks for this one. It's really hard, even if that's their normal day job, to see the level of death and destruction that we've had here. And so we want to thank them for their hard work, as well as the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet. Let me give you a little bit of good news. On power outages, we're now down to just 4,628. Our high was 160,000 plus to our utility companies. Our drinking water is in pretty good shape. We only have 60 meters in the entire state without water and 2,100 under boiled water. I want to thank the Kentucky State Police for augmenting local law enforcement as well as the National Guard to make sure that no looting occurs. And let me say this again. If you try to loot, we will find you, we will arrest you, we will prosecute you, and we will treat you like the lowlife that you are if you are trying to take advantage of our people during this natural disaster and at their lowest moment. And if you're out tonight trying it, the weather is going to be really bad and you're going to end up significantly hurt. Roads and bridges, we continue to open more. We've got more than 200 crew members from Laurel, Pulaski, and the surrounding counties that are putting in 16-hour days, chainsaw teams that are continuing to clear roads that have been covered, but do use some precautions. First, make sure you get online and check that the route that you are traveling, if you're in one of these areas, is open. Do that before you leave. And second, during this weather event that's coming our way, stay off the roads during that period of time where your area is going to get hit. Now, when you look at what happened here, we needed the roads open for first responders who did such brave work, and we want to make sure that we don't have issues like we had on I-75 with people trying to pull over and look at what had happened to our people. That can't be happening during these weather events, or we'll end up with more fatalities. So let me say again, I'm here to make the same promise to the people of these communities that have been impacted that I've made every single time we've had a natural disaster. We aren't going anywhere. We're going to be here until every home, every structure, and every life is rebuilt. You are going to get our very best effort and the benefit of everything we've learned from each and every one of these. What we are seeing on the stabilization and recovery is moving as fast as I've seen it, not just in Kentucky, but anywhere else. But our goal is to do better and better, because folks that have been through the worst deserve the best.